Well, hi there, and welcome to another Test Drive podcast. I'm your host, Lee Bodette. I'm also the host of Test Drive on the YouTube channel. Been a radio broadcaster for over 40 years and the frontman for Sport Car USA. Again, a car enthusiast my entire life. With me is Scott Nickerson, who is also with Sport Car USA. Scott, how you been?
Been good. It's been a few episodes since I've been here.
Yeah, I think we've done like 18 episodes now of this podcast. It's been a lot of fun. And I thought maybe today we could recap some of the events that we've been to, most notably the Lake George car show that we attended last April. That was a fun time.
Yeah, Adirondack Nationals. It was a good time. The weather was beautiful. We got really lucky. So
it was our first year there.
Yep.
And we didn't really know what to expect. Now, a lot of people go there year after year after year. People have been telling me for years what a great show this is in Lake George, New York. I have never been, believe it or not. I've been a car enthusiast my entire life, like I was mentioning earlier, most of my life. And it's been kind of like on the bucket list.
Yep.
And I'm glad it came to fruition last year.
Yeah, I think the next one to cross off will be SEMA.
Oh,
year.
yeah.
You and I think we'll get to go this year. So
yeah.
Expect some good stuff out of that.
Well, Sport Car USA buys and sells sport cars, modern muscle cars all over the country. We weren't real sure how well received we would be because we do have the modern muscle cars and not the antiques or the classics. But overall, I thought they were very welcoming to us, and it was a grand time.
Well, yeah, and when I reached out again for getting the same spot we had last year, they were super excited to have us back. So it's kind of cool that they're that welcoming. And when you see the parade on like the main strip,
right,
towards the end of the weekend, you see all kinds of stuff. So it's really fun. It
really is a 2-day event, Friday and Saturday. Sunday, we were there thinking that this is going to be another big day, but it really wasn't. Everybody was kind of packing up and leaving. So plan on Friday and Saturday for sure, and get excited about that because there's a lot going on. There's so much to see and do. Hundreds upon hundreds of cars of all makes, models, types.
Yeah, I was flying the drone there, and I think by foot it's really hard to see everything. Luckily, I could see it from the sky, but even then, like you go to see every car all day.
Yeah,
all day.
No question about it. You want to stay hydrated.
Yeah, it was hot.
It was really hot.
Like beginning of September, it was hot there.
And of course, Sport Car USA, we are dressed in black shirts with white piping.
Yep. Yeah, those shirts they get hot.
Yeah, we might want to reassess our clothing outline.
Maybe we'll do some tank tops?
Maybe. Well, I'm thinking red, white, and blue for a shirt. That would be cool, right?
Yeah.
And our booth is also black and white. It looks great.
Yeah.
But when it's 85 degrees and the humidity being so high, it gets a little hot under there.
Maybe we can do some white polos.
Maybe, yeah.
To keep clean.
Yeah. But we also want to encourage people listening to this podcast that if you want a calendar or maybe some swag, get a hold of us. And how do they do that, Scott?
Yeah, through any of our social media channels, Facebook, Instagram. You can also reach out on our website, sportcarusa.com. We have some calendar signups there still. I believe that's still up on the website. So you just give some info, kind of sign up for our mailing list, and we'll send you a calendar.
Recently, we were thinking about getting our T-shirts and shirts and hoodies, etc., out to the public for sale, and make a couple bucks on it. Maybe donate it to charity, something like that. So I would say in the future, you should be able to go online and pick up what you're looking for, because the Sport Car USA logo is really, really cool looking.
Yeah, we're definitely hoping to have a merchandise shop because we've had people come up to us at events, and some of our swag is only for people who are participating in our events, like if you brought a vehicle, and there's people that were like, I'll buy one. Let me just buy one online. So we'll definitely open up an online shop with all kinds of stuff for everybody out there.
So let's go back to the Lake George event that's coming up this year in September. Do you have the dates?
I believe it's the 7th through the 10th. So we get there Thursday to set up, and it's kind of like a day for the vendors to kind of get situated. And then the main stuff is Friday, Saturday. And then, like you said, Sunday is the wind down.
Lake George, New York is such a beautiful resort. It's beautiful. It's just a small lake that goes, you can travel around the lake. There are a lot of great shops to dine and to shop and walk the streets. It's wonderful.
Yeah, we just booked our Airbnb for there, so we're gonna have a whole team. I think 7 or 8 of us there, and we got a little spot on the lake, so should be a good weekend.
Maybe we should let our podcast listeners know the exact address that we're going to be at.
Yeah, if you want to come say hi, get the autograph from Lee Bodette.
I'm kidding, of course. But we are looking forward to that. And it's one of those events where you just can't show up with a car, though, right? You have to pre-register?
Yeah, so we had to book our own vendor spot for that, and I believe we're going to be bringing 2 vehicles this year, so who knows what they'll be. We might not even have them in our inventory yet, being that it's in September. It might be something we buy in the interim. But last year we brought a Hellcat.
Right, I get a chance to drive that home.
Yep, and then what was the other one? Was it a GT500?
It was a definitely a Mustang GT500. Yeah. So that was a lot of fun, and like I said, the most enjoyable part was driving the cars to Lake George and then driving them home.
I was in the Suburban or the Tahoe, whatever it was.
Yes. Scott was our chauffeur.
Yep.
Around town at night.
Yep.
Yeah, very nice job there.
Yeah, I should wear a hat. I should wear a whole suit for it.
Well, we might be able to get you a Sport Car USA chauffeur uniform or something like that. But I remember that Hellcat, the purple one, and I had never driven one before. I was attempting to pull out onto the main street as we head towards Vermont, and I figured I'm just going to gun it, because if I don't, I won't be able to get in front of this slow-moving car.
It took so long to get
out of it. It did. So I did. I put the pedal to the metal, as they say, and it almost scared me. I mean, it really did. It seemed like the ass end of the car was coming around to say, "Hi, Lee, how are you?"
Yeah, you'll spin tires pretty easy.
Very easy. Yeah. Very easy. And the smoke show. Now, that is something that they do not condone at Lake George.
I hope they let it happen again.
They always seem to let it go for a little while. At least that's what I've been told in the past. But my observation was it was going on for a bit. And smoke show, you know what I'm talking about, burning the tires. And we were at this bar, outdoor seating. It was had
a good view,
an unbelievable view. We had a roof over our heads, and of course we didn't need the roof, but it was keeping us nice and cool. As cool as we could be. Yeah. And then the smoke show started. And
right in front of us, basically.
The streets are lined, absolutely lined. And if that doesn't make you smile and laugh, I don't know what will.
I know. It was funny. There was some car you'd never expect that laid down quite the strip of rubber.
Yes, exactly.
It was a fan favorite.
Yeah.
When it came back, they were waving out the window, and it was funny when the police finally went to their spots to kind of shut it down.
Yes.
The crowd's all booed.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Yeah, you'd see station wagons, like you said, vehicles that you wouldn't even expect, and they're lighting up the road. It's oh my goodness.
Yeah, you see all kinds there.
Yeah, you really do. That was a lot of fun. And as you mentioned, the police did eventually arrive, and they shut it down pretty good. They really did. It was quick. I mean, they weren't out there directing traffic or anything too dangerous, but they had their cars all lined up.
Which goes to show, everyone has their fun, but at the end of the day, it's respectful.
You got to be careful. I mean, we've had our Sport Car USA events here in our St. Albans location. Even if you tell people no burnouts, there's always 1, 2, or 3, or 4 that will do it anyhow.
Yep.
It's a safety thing. It really is, because if one of those cars gets out of control, who knows what could happen. It wouldn't be good, that's for sure.
Especially with a crowd of people on the sidewalk.
Oh, my goodness.
Don't need that.
Yeah, there were hundreds of people. But, yeah, come check out the smoke show, because I know it's going to happen again.
Yeah, I think it was Saturday night or Friday night. I think it was Friday night, because we had the show Saturday. So.
Even though they say we can't do it anymore. I say we, but it happens, and it will happen.
We personally don't do it.
No. So we would never do that to a Sport Car USA, unless we're trying to get in front of a slow car.
Right.
Yes. So lately, Sport Car USA, tell us about some of the vehicles that have been rolling out of our warehouse. It's been incredible.
We've had a lot of cars go lately. We've had GT500s, GTs. We just sent a car, 2022 Mustang GT down to Mass. Just got flatbedded down there. We've had a lot of cars moving. Lots of Challengers. Challengers are moving like crazy.
They really are.
And, we're always buying them, so we're always bringing in. We just got a manual Hellcat, which is an insane proposition. Like, all that power in a stick shift.
Yeah, that's
scary.
That's scary fast, no question about it. But yeah, just here we are on June 30th, and I think we're finishing up our busiest month as far as sales go at Sport Car USA. It's like every other day. It seems like I get a phone call. Hey, we sold a Hellcat. Hey, we sold a Camaro. We sold and what's great about this? It's not just like muscle heads, if I can use that expression. We had a couple who had just retired. I think they worked at IBM. Maybe she's a teacher. I'm not sure. And they didn't want anything super fast. They just wanted a convertible. They've always wanted a convertible. So hooked them up with a Camaro convertible. I think it's a 1LT.
It was a V6 too, so it wasn't even anything crazy. But they just wanted to have the top down in the summer, and
that's all they wanted. Yeah. So that's what's great about Sport Car USA. We can pretty much find you anything that you're looking for. But we also want to encourage people that if you do have a vehicle that you're thinking about selling and it's modern muscle, then get a hold of us, right, Scott?
Oh, yeah. Basically anything is on the table.
Yeah, because we have to replenish our supply. We still have a lot. The warehouse is still pretty full, but we're always looking to replenish the supply. And now with the EVs, the big topic and story these days, it's going to get harder and harder to find modern muscle cars.
Yep.
And that's one of the niches that we have. That is the niche that we have and will continue for years to come.
Oh, yeah.
I've already heard rumors that we could be expanding even more. And Sport Car USA is about 3 years old now, right?
Yeah. Yeah, going into our 4th season, I guess, depending on when you look at it.
Sold well over $1 million worth of cars. Probably getting close to $2 million by now, I would say.
Oh, yeah.
So what's the future of Sport Car USA? I know there's another big event coming up July 21st at the Handy campus. We are located in northern Vermont. Yes, a Sport Car USA location in northern Vermont doesn't seem likely, but it is. Yeah. And we're raring to go for this next event on July 21st. Tell us about that event, Scott.
Yeah, so we're basically up at, I guess, our sister company, I guess you could call it.
Yeah.
Handy Cars. It's a Toyota and a Chevy dealership up on Highgate Road in St. Albans. And we're going to clear the lots, and we're going to fill them with our and our community's sports cars and show them off.
And not only that, we encourage people to bring their prized possession.
Yep.
It doesn't matter what it is. It's going to be a night filled with fun and excitement. And free food. Creamies. Yeah, baby. Free creamies.
If you're not from Vermont, I know that's the thing I take for granted. Creamies are just soft serve ice cream.
And not just creamies, Scott. They're maple creamies.
The best, the only kind.
The number one producer in the country of maple is Vermont. So you got to have maple creamies here.
It's the only flavor.
And it's all free. There's going to be a DJ cranking the tunes and just hanging out. There are no awards for this show.
No.
It's just hanging out, having a good time. And no burnouts.
No. And the nice thing about that is we get to, as you've seen in some of our past podcast episodes and our YouTube videos, we get to interview all the people and hear their stories. And that's kind of what we wanted to do this week, is kind of dig back into our archives. I was looking at some older stuff at all of our Lake George interviews, and I was like, you know what, these are some really good interviews, and I think they deserve to be kind of brought back and shown off again. Yeah,
that's what's great about people and their cars. They just love to talk about them. And why not? Yeah. There's a story with every single car.
Yeah.
Just like we all have our own personal stories. Well, guess what? We all have our personal stories relating to our cars as well.
Yeah, especially those classics. You know, they got them from a rust bucket out of someone's garage, and they rebuilt it, and they put a crate engine in it, and it's really cool.
Our last podcast with Corey Parent, Senator Corey Parent. He is no longer a senator, but he and his dad got together and built that Chevelle. Beautiful car.
Now he's on to a Corvette.
Yeah, and I've got my 66 Mustang, and I used to go to all the car shows and go for the awards. I don't mean like go for the awards, but I would go enjoy the afternoon and maybe pick up a trophy or two. And I did pick up quite a few, but now I'm not really into that. I like going anywhere with my 66 Mustang and telling the story of the 66 Mustang, because what's fun about having an older car, and I know we've been talking about modern muscle cars, but I do have a 66 Mustang, and many of us do have older cars as well, because that's where the history begins. Absolutely. I've got the entire history of the car. It was fun kind of delving into the records, the service records, and I wonder how long this person had this car. You just kind of like connect the dots. Mm-hmm. And I think I've connected most of the dots with my old Mustang. I'm the fifth owner, but what was great about my old Mustang, and I know I've said this in prior podcasts, is that it seems like everybody that owned my everybody that owned my car, my 66, they kept it for like 15 to 23 years.
Yeah.
So that made it real easy to
It's hard to get rid of.
get all that history. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So anything else coming up for Sport Car USA, Scott, that we need to mention?
I don't believe so. We have the Classic is another show in St. Albans. It's the 15th. It's the Saturday before our showcase. So it's another classics show mostly. And that'll be another good time. We'll be there and promoting it throughout the week on our social media pages.
And the calendar that we do give out, and if you do want one, again, get a hold of us at Sport Car USA. It has a listing of many, many events all over the country. It's not just in St. Albans, Vermont, or in Vermont because we're based in Vermont, but all over the country. And it's kind of cool to see the Mecum auctions on there and the Barrett-Jackson.
Yeah. And if you have an event that you want on our calendar for next year, feel free to reach out. You can send us a message for sure.
I think it'd be cool if people would send us the picture of their car too.
Yeah. I would love to post as many of our customers or listeners' vehicles as we could.
Yeah. Eventually we're going to have like a collage of many of the people that have bought sport cars here at Sport Car USA. And we're talking dozens upon dozens of people. Probably it's got to be well over 100 by now. But
put a big collage together and put it up in the showroom.
Yeah, that'd be so cool. I just love seeing people posing in front of their brand new muscle car. Or it's really, really a good thing.
They're always proud.
Very proud, no question about it. But these sport car showcase events, it's the third Friday of every month during the spring and summer. So we've got 2 left.
Yep, July and August.
And then that'll be a wrap for our sport car showcase events. But much more than that going on at Sport Car USA.
Yeah, we'll be headed to Lake George again this year, and that'll be in September. So there's still some more shows there.
We will be there, and we will be doing interviews, as you mentioned. They're a lot of fun,
a
lot of great history, and some wonderful stories will be told at Lake George. Some that can't be told, but most of them can be told.
Yeah, so we can take a look at the ones we got from last year, and we'll see what we have.
Hi, I'm Lee Bodette, your host of Test Drive, brought to you by Sport Car USA. Today, we're going to do a very unique test drive. We're at the Adirondack Nationals in Lake George, New York, and we're going to check out some really cool rides. So come on, let's take a test drive. All right.
Yeah, how you doing, buddy?
Good.
Good.
What's your name?
My name is Sonny.
Where are you from?
I'm from Bohemia, New York.
All right.
Long Island.
Tell us about the car you have here at the Adirondack Nationals.
I found this car on eBay back in, I'm going to have to say 2004. All right, it was just a shell. It was in Boise, Idaho. And I'm looking at the car, and it had the original paint and stuff on it. It looked like a beat-up car, but it had no rust on it.
Yeah.
So I wound up buying the car and I had it shipped down here. And I sent it to a sandblaster to get it down to the bare metal. And I got the car back, and all the car needed was paint and primer. That was primer and paint, excuse me. It's in great shape. And that was it. Yeah. The rest is history. There's no patch panels on the car. It's all the original metal from Chevrolet back in '66. It's all original.
What are the specs on as far as engine goes?
Okay, I bought a 350 crate motor from the GM Performance Parts catalog, and I put the crate motor in. I put a turbo 350 transmission in it. Had to modify the cross member a little bit to clear the pan. Other than that, it's all there. It's a good solid car.
Well,
I put disc brakes on it, like everybody else does.
Yeah, right, exactly.
My name's Rick Slumba from Niagara Falls, Buffalo, New York. A place called North Tonawanda, which is close to the Tonawanda engine plant, where a lot of these cars have, their engines were built.
Tell us about your car.
It's a 65 Chevy Malibu SS. It's a real SS, original car, California car, built in Fresno. It's a factory 4-speed power windows, which is really rare. Tinted glass, 12-bolt posi rear end, crocus yellow, black interior. Nice, just a nice cruiser. Yeah.
How many times you been to the Adirondack Nationals here in Lake George?
First time.
All right, you having fun?
Great time.
Recommend it?
Would recommend it to anyone.
All right. Thank you very much.
For the weekend.
350. Their SS right here with a white interior, really, really nice. A lot of history on these cars. A lot of them are documented.
go over this way. You can see that interior. Beautiful. Bucket seats. Original papers. We've got the original window sticker here too. From Luby Chevrolet in Denver, Colorado for $44.91, brand new. Now this is yellow. Very, very yellow. You've seen previous test drive episodes with me. You know how much I love yellow cars. Had a yellow Vet 2014. Look at the inside of this vehicle. Just customized interior. I think that's purple, right, camera person? Yes. A little colorblind, but very, very sharp.
I'm having a blast. It's a lot of fun.
What's your name?
Jerry,
Where are you from?
Poughkeepsie, New York.
Okay, have you been here before, Jerry?
Nope, first time.
First time. You impressed?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. Gonna come back?
I will.
All right. What have you seen here that's really got your eyeball?
I like the smoke shows they do out on the road.
There you go. As long as the cops aren't around.
Yeah.
All right. So, what's your name and where are you from?
Mike Murphy, I'm from Lee Center, New York.
Have you been to the Adirondack Nationals before?
I've been coming for 22 years.
You have one sharp green Mustang. Tell us all about the history.
It's a 1968 Mustang, a 347 stroker, C4 competition, transmission, and it's got 370 gears in the rear end. I've owned it for 28 years.
All right. You've had a few offers on it, I'm sure?
Yes. Oh, I get a lot of offers on it, but it's not for sale.
Yeah. So you go to a lot of different car shows?
Yeah, I go to every one I can get to.
Well, you have a beautiful car. Thanks for letting us see it and show it on our show called Test Drive.
Thank you.
Nice and shiny on the outside and in the engine compartment. It's all there. Chrome throughout. Again, another white interior car. This is the Roadrunner. In the very popular purple. And nice looking spoiler in the back. Tell us all about your Roadrunner.
Well, I bought it in 2006, 2004. It took 6 years to build it. My builder's right there. And it's won 3 times at Adirondack. It's won a few other trophies, and we call it the Purple Pig.
Now that color is it Plum Crazy?
It's a knockoff of Plum Crazy, yes, from the House of Colors.
Well, thank you. You have a beautiful car, and tell us all about your business. And what's your first name and where are you from?
My name is Ray from Schenectady, New York, and we started this business in 1994 out of a garage, and here we are, still here, going at it.
What exactly do you do?
We do powder coating. We have an oven that's 40 foot long, so whatever can fit in that, we can coat. And many colors, many styles, chassis, cars like this, to security gates that go all over the world. It's a multitude of parts. Any part that will fit in the oven and won't melt at 400 degrees, we can put a coating on it.
So if we have one of our viewers wants to get a hold of you, how do they do it?
Call us, email us, 518-356-1322.
Now, this is one of your customers, I'm guessing, right? Yeah. Tell us your name and where you're from.
John Tomasini. I'm from Waterford, New York, and I'm not in the automotive business. I just enjoy it. And over a series of years, I powder coated the inside and all the mechanical parts that I could do in that car, and we've been here for several years.
All right, tell us all about the car next to us here.
It's been made full frame, tubbed. It's got a 468 big block in it. It's got a 461 blower in it, twin 4 barrels. It's got a turbo 400 and Ford rear end, Fab 9 for rear end in it.
I'm guessing you're happy with the job they did for you.
Oh yeah, I'm happy. I just got to get the guts to drive it. That's
right, exactly. Yeah. All right, well, thank you guys very much. We're going to take a closer look at your vehicle.
And Basically, everything other than the exterior of the car has been thoroughly powder coated inside out. Because of the way powder coating works, it gets in the cracks and crevices evenly, like you couldn't do it with paint.
Yeah.
And it's a nice flat surface. You don't have to worry about runs or anything. It's
Covers and
impervious.
protects. And it's very durable finish.
Super durable.
Yeah.
My first lesson on powder coating. Very, very nice. Looks great. Pinto was a very popular car for Ford Motor Company for many, many years. And very rare to see one. This one obviously is not from the factory. It has been doctored up a little bit. We have a Plymouth Duster. And another Plymouth right next to it. GTX. Stunning green. Yeah, you see these all the time at car shows. It's great. It just gives you the history of the vehicle. A lot of times what they've done to it, where they get it from. Sometimes people have like photo albums of the process of getting it to where it is today. All right, Scott, thanks for being with us. Scott Nickerson from Sport Car USA. I'm your host, Lee Bodette, of this Test Drive podcast. I want to thank everybody for listening and invite you to check out our Test Drive series on YouTube as well. See you next time on our Test Drive podcast right here. And remember, let's never forget the men and women serving this great country of ours. Goodbye, everybody.